It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see Brandon Ayuk, their few better in the red zone, as he comes in fourth in touchdown receptions. It's the 49ers and the Cowboys under the lights on Sunday night.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime-time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Glad to have you with us, football fans. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt up here in the broadcast booth. And Brock, one side with a clear advantage coming into this one. Coming off the bye week, while their opposition, well, not only are they less rested, but they're coming off a big L as well.
Just a reality. Just a reality of the NFL that every season you're going to catch somebody coming off a bye or in more time to rest up than you did. And if you feel sorry for yourself, well, you're probably going to lose. When these games come along, it's time to grit your teeth and work even harder on those tired legs. You're going to see a
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And off we go in Santa Clara. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. They're brought out by someone who got his first taste of starting last season. Now in his 8th year, Joshua Dobbs.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focusing on rectifying those things here.
First play is to the air. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. Second down coming up. Well, these guys have gotten off to a hot start, Brock, in spite of these injuries that have occurred along the way.
You know what, Kate? If you and I traveled to every training camp, I think we'd hear the same thing. Next man up, next man up. These teams know it. The players know it. You hear the talk, but then you got to walk it, and this team is. I know it's early, but this is looking like a group who could be built for a playoff run as long as this list doesn't grow too much longer.
Dobbs. That throw finds Kittle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That one gains 7. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time a flag flies, somebody moved early. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start, now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. Back to the line they go. It's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 14 at their 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Dobbs finds him over the middle. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, third down. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And they bring him down around the 34. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still first down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate first down following that encroachment flag. Throwing is Dobbs. Pearsall there to grab it. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
That's another 49er. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Dobbs now. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again. Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 3rd and long for him here. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Moody knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
Sure feels like the bye week came at a perfect time for him and his team as well. Right smack dab in the middle of the season, giving everybody some time to rest, recharge mentally, and really get yourself energized, Kate, to attack the rest of this regular season, starting with this contest.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. 2nd and 3 now.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Right back to Elliott now. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Jarvarius Ward brings him down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
From the 42. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. This gets the 1st and more. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's 1st down at the 41. Dak throwing again. Fits it through the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Another throw for Prescott. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak now from the gun. It's caught, Ferguson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Return starts at the 9. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The 49ers and Joshua Dobbs headed back on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. A tight end in motion now. They go play action on first. Kittle brings it in. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. We'll get a timeout now for an injury. This looks like George Kittle, who's in some discomfort as the medical team comes out to work on him. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
He's going to keep it this time. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Malik Hooker with the tackle. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Now it's Dobbs. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Kevontae Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. Dallas sending its offense out for the 2nd time this game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. This drive will begin with a run from Elliott. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Once again, Elliott. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the 2nd level. Well, someone from the 2nd level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt, and the 49ers will go on offense. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Has him on the quick hitter, and he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
They kick the running back in motion. Complete to Pearsall. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackled there by Jordan Lewis. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. This is ahead for about 5. Play stopped by Damone Clark. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing from the gun. Into the hands of Kittle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 3-3 game. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a 49er first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's Dobbs. Catch is made in close. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Fullback trying to power it across. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. To the air, Dobbs. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
For the 49ers field goal, a 27-yard attempt.
Moody knocks it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Turpin with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
2nd down, here's Prescott again. Ezekiel Elliott makes the catch. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun is Prescott. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down, here's Dak. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's Lamb running the slant. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Still sticking with the passing game. Brought in by Elliott. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 37-yard line.
Elliott running out of the gun. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running left, it's Elliott. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. The penalty makes it 3rd and 8 here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That finds Elliott complete. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. Up the sideline, past the 40. And he crosses out of bounds, so now we're going to learn who the penalty flag is on.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks there for the tackle. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, McCaffrey. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Malik Hooker with the tackle. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Back to throw, Dobbs. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Brought in by Ayuk. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Dobbs now. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they eschewed the pass to try and bring up 3rd and short via a little more conservative ground call, but it backfired. You know, the defense, they'll look for keys up front, and they fired off the line knowing a run was coming, and boy, they busted it before it could get back to the line.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still third down.
The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Dobbs. That's caught for the first. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so second down coming up.
The coverage by Devon Clark.
They kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Completed here to McCaffrey. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the run, so now they face 4th down.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
A 27-yard attempt.
Moody knocks it through, and that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running the counter, Elliott. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Charvarius Ward brings him down. They get 6, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Running back sent in motion. That's low and bounces short of his man. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Dak now from the gun. He's on the move. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Now we have a member of the Cowboys hurt after that play, and they'll need to get somebody out there to... Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Now elsewhere on the return, there's an injured player in need of some attention, which he will get as trainers head his way. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finding Pearsall. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Doms. That one's complete, right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. They are throwing it again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Now it's Dobbs. This is reeled in by Juwan Jennings. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. San Francisco calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. To the air, Dobbs. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. It's on the right hash for this 39-yarder.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points, and that's mission accomplished there.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And this drive will start inside the 25. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, and that pesky final second runs off. So we're to the end of our 1st half. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. As we'll kick you over now to Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman. Coach, take it away.
All right, Kate. Thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 16-9, the final score. From there, we head east to the land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium.
And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, 100 yards exactly on the ground with a touchdown run as well.
And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good blue-collar matchup. Giants and Steelers from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Here's Wisnowski now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. It's taken in by Lamb. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Now here's Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10, Prescott. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Dak off the play fake. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Prescott here from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On the option, it's Elliott. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future. So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Gay's kick is good. And it's back to a 1-score game now. The deficit is 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The 49ers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. He'll cobble together a yard there. The tackle made by Mozzie Smith. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Here's Dobbs. That throw finds Kittle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
A gain of 7.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Their punter making his way out now. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. He breaks the tackle, and he's brought down before the return gets far. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They give to Elliott on the draw. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They run it from the gun with Elliott. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. That's Flanoy. He's got it. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 7. That finds Elliott complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Leonard Floyd bringing that play to a close.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Elliott. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes them back quite a ways. They'll run here following the penalty. And they had that one contained right at the line. Play stopped by Damone Clark. Now a timeout for an injured player. That's Christian McCaffrey being attended to. Hopefully with his history, this is something minor. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw, Dobbs. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Here's Dobbs now. He's on the move. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Escapes a defender. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. We're going to get a pause here. Offense taking a timeout. Throwing again is Dak. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
That's interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. Throwing on first is Prescott. Caught for big yards on the right side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Elliott's on 1st and 10. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
It's caught, Ferguson. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
First down, Cowboys.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Dak now from the gun. Pressure comes. He's taken down. The 49ers got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. From the gun is Prescott. He stays up. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Gay's kick is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a 3rd now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 at a time's not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running them out for some PATs.
This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Completed here to McCaffrey. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's 49ers football, and we'll see if they can close things out for a win. 2nd and 3 now. Now it's Doms. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Doms. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
6-yard pickup brings up second.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
6-yard line.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. Jukes one defender. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Running back, motioning right. Throwing his Doms. Kittle brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 now. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've got 1st down from the 31. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away. You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Running back sent in motion. Here he is on 3rd and long. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. George Kittle, the intended receiver. So that brings up 4th and long. Jake Moody now in a high-pressure spot. This from 48 on the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. 1st down, here's Dak. This one falls incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And it's going to be 2nd down. Back to throw, here's Dak. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Dak throwing again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Trying an inside give to Elliott. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Dak to the air here. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
False start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. And he's able to push forward to the 25. Now a pause as they attend to an injured player, and they wait with bated breath because it is Dak Prescott who's getting help here. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They're running the option, short side. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll run here with Elliott. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal. First throw for the backup now. No place to go, so he just threw it away. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So now, here's 3rd and goal. To the air, Lance. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that forces them to 4th and goal. So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that will make it a field goal game.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the 49ers on offense. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now it's McCaffrey. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. And we have to pause here for an injured player. Ooh, it's Brandon Ayuk who looks to be in some pain as they tend to him. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. And this bullet falls to the ground.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
To the air, 3rd and long. That's brought in by Jennings. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Past midfield to the 45. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. Now a timeout for an injured player. That's Christian McCaffrey being attended to. Hopefully with his history, this is something minor. They've got 1st down from the 31. Looking to throw, Dobbs. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw, Dobbs. Touchdown, San Francisco! Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's going to be touched down a yard shy of that marker. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Prescott here from the gun. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Trying for it, it's Elliott. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
So often, one of the things you have to teach running backs at the NFL level, you don't always have to hit a home run. Especially in short yardage situations, just go get that single and move the chains.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
2nd and 3. That finds Elliott complete. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So 2nd down coming up. Another throw for Prescott. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got first down from the 31. From the gun is Prescott. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So it'll be second down. Throwing again is Dak. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Here we go, second and very long. That's caught. Here's Deuce Vaughn. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Third and long for him here. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. From the left hash, 54 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good! And it pulls them back within one score here in the fourth.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. From the gun, Garindo. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He'll get this complete to Jennings. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. From the gun, they're gonna hand it off. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Back to the well again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We'll get a timeout now for an injury. This looks like George Kittle, who's in some discomfort as the medical team comes out to work on him. They'll send out the punting unit. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. The Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott just about set to get going on offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Here he is to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
He'll look to throw it. It's caught. Ferguson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Now to throw. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And they're whistling for a stop here, and that's one of the Cowboys who's in some pretty clear discomfort and in need of some assistance. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. He'll try the right side with Gurindo. And he'll start pushing them into field goal range. A small gain to the 38. Setting up for the kneel down on third. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A 56-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a two-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. Now Prescott. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Trying to push it deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And this is exactly how they wanted to go into that bye week, partner, with a victory and some positives to build on in that nice extra time off. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.